This is me, Spoon Beast.
Well, everybody, PAX Prime 2012 has come and gone, and basically they Games-conned it. Now, what I mean by that is, we all know that at the end of this month, it'll be 3 months ago, but at the end of July, a major beta hack, basically it was a beta hack, I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything, happened, and 8 characters were leaked. Of 4 of those 8 characters were the big, huge, enormous Gamescom reveal. The reveal included Ratchet and Clank, Sackboy, Spike from Ape Escape, and Dante from Devil May Cry as, big 4 huge reveal. It was 4 characters that were announced at Gamescom. And they were playable at the event too, but the main reason the 4 of them were announced just like that, all 4 big, because usually the reveals up to that point were only 2 characters, like Big Daddy and Nathan Drake at E3, Toro and Hayache Mishima for, what was the one event? Oh, God, I can't even remember. For... The name of the event escapes me at the moment. Evo, that's it, Evo. That's when Toro and Hayache were announced. And Jack and Daxter and Cole McGrath, again, 2 characters were the reveal for Comic-Con. So now games, and then basically right after that, the big 8 character leak happened. So at Gamescom, they announced half of the leak. I'm not going to say announced, they officially confirmed half of the leaks. I guess, all 8 of those characters were inevitable, but I never thought of them as confirmed until they were officially confirmed themselves. So again, Dante from Devil May Cry, Ratchet and Clank, Sackboy of Little Big Planet, and Spike from Ape Escape, all announced at Gamescom. Just a little bit before PAX Prime started, just one random weekday last week. It might have been exactly 1 week prior to today, like a Wednesday or a Thursday. I can't remember which. Maybe it was even earlier than that, like a Monday or Tuesday. Evil Cole McGrath, was announced for the game, which he was one of the 8 leaked character files found as well. And again, he was just announced because he was a leaked character. It wasn't even a big event. He was just kind of named out of nowhere. This is before PAX Prime even started. Evil Cole was announced. And then PAX Prime started the end of last week. I believe it either started Thursday or Friday and ended Saturday or Sunday. End of last week, so this is nearly week-old news. But over the course of those days, Raiden from Metal Gear and his new Metal Gear Rising cyborg look that he sported in Metal Gear Solid 4, in that game as well. Cool new look. It was really looked good upon, so I guess they decided to make a spin-off game starring him. Him in that look, which is a really kick-ass look. He was announced one of the first days of PAX Prime. And I'm not going to say, I keep saying announced, but I'm going to say officially confirmed, because Raiden, like everybody else, that I've been saying, were leaked like 2 months ago, almost. After him, basically like a day or 2 after him, both Nariko and Sir Daniel Fortesque, of course Nariko's from Heavenly Sword, Sir Daniel Fortesque's from the MedEvil series of PlayStation, were both officially confirmed as well. They were first shown in a gameplay video where they fought against Evil Cole and Raiden. It was all 4 new characters that were announced, battled it out, with Omar Kendall and a couple other developers kind of playing and doing commentary. But then they also later, that day or a day later, got their own official reveal trailers. And if you look in my favorites, every time a character gets their official reveal trailer, I favorited it. The first time it happened was with Hayache Mishima at Evo, of course. Evo being the event where they started debuting these character debut trailers, and I favorited every single one. Favorited Toro, favorited Jack and Daxter, favorited Cole McGrath, Dante's, Ratchet and Clank, Sackboys, Spikes, Evil Coles, Raiden's, Nariko's, and Sir Daniel's. I favorited them all. They're all in there. And I must say, this roster is shaping up quite nicely. I guess their next big reveal is going to be at the Tokyo Game Show, which is the 20th of this month. So we got a couple of weeks to go before a next reveal. Quite compelling of what they might announce there. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking they could announce some sort of Square Enix character. I'm sure everybody would go ballistic if Cloud or Sephiroth was announced at that event. It'd be very interesting. Will it be 2 characters we see? Just 1? Will they do a big surprise and announce 4 new additions to the roster? The roster already has 20 characters. Now, if you remember Super Smash Bros. Brawl's starting roster, the starting character roster was 21 characters. You started off with 21, and I believe there were 15 unlockable characters. I believe I think it was 14 unlockable characters, actually, and the full roster was 35 characters in total. So now we have 20 announced characters. Now I know that every character announced isn't exactly going to start on your roster. Like Smash Brothers, the announced characters going into that game were 23. Sonic and Snake were also announced before the game's release, and they ended up being unlockable characters. So the characters that are announced, and even the characters to be announced before the game's release at the end of November, which by the time the Tokyo Game Show happens, that'll be exactly 2 months before the game's release. September 20th being the Tokyo Game Show, November 20th being the release date for this game. You just got to wonder what they're going to do, because it's one of the games, and every event that they've went to ever since E3, ever since the game was announced, every big kind of gaming convention thing, big thing like this, at least 1 character's been announced. And it's been an average of 2, so I'd expect, 2, unless some big leak again happens and then they have to announce 4. But if things are kept quiet and there's it'll be probably a 2-character announcement, but it makes me wonder, who other than Cloud would they announce at the Tokyo Game Show? I'm just picking him out because he's a Square Enix character. He's from a big Japanese series that's been huge for PlayStation for many years in Final Fantasy, since Final Fantasy VII, and I think he's a logical choice. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. A lot of people can speculate even more. I don't think this would be the type of event where if Crash Bandicoot is going to be in this game, he'll be announced there. But that would be nice. That'd be very nice if, it'd be shocking too, especially if people aren't going to be expecting it of sorts. So, yeah, it just leads me to wonder, who are they going to announce? What could be up their sleeve at the Tokyo Game Show? This is going to be a big game, and they're probably one of the most anticipated, and the one everybody's going to be looking at, even though Metal Gear Rising, I think Bioshock Infinite's happening there. The new Devil May Cry with Dante's hated new look's going to be there. But in terms of, games that are being highly anticipated, I would say this is probably the one to look for come the 20th of September. In terms of news, new features and whatnot, new screenshots have been released since PAX Prime of all the characters that have finally been officiated after their leak. There are now no more speculation. All leaked characters have been confirmed to be playable and are on the roster of this game. All 8 of them that were leaked at the end of July have now been confirmed by the end of August, beginning of September. So it's cool. Seeing Sir Daniel in action's always cool. I mean, he's classic PlayStation awesomeness. Just like Spike, I knew they were gonna have to throw in some old school series characters. Again, my way back when I said Tomba, they're just showing that it's not impossible if you start in a PlayStation game to appear here, because Sir Daniel MedEvil's 1 and 2 came out for the original PlayStation, and I know he got, I think, like a PSP sort of spin-off game, but in terms of like standalone games, MedEvil 1 and 2 came out on the original PlayStation. Him being an All-Stars, could it be a revival of the series, or is it just to give him one last, fight of glory, pun intended, sort of thing? I don't know, but he's one of the cooler characters of the game. He's really creative in his fighting style. Just like Evil Cole, I wasn't a fan of him because that means there's 2 Coles on the roster. I thought of it like a Fox and Falco, Mario, Dr. Mario sort of thing, but he fights completely different than Hero Cole. His playstyle it's quite stunning in how different it is and how really it looks even cooler than the regular Hero Cole's fighting style. As I said, his moveset's just awesome and so unique and different that they were able to pull off, despite having 2 versions of the same character. They're both like completely different in how they play and fight out, and that's all I've ever asked for. I never wanted any clones to be in this game, and when I heard that there's going to be 2 Coles, a good and an evil one, I didn't like it at first, but now I'm convinced that they were able to pull this off, which that's nothing but good, that they were able to surprise me. Nariko's fighting style is awesome as well. She does fast combos, but she's also sort of like the ground and pound sort of fighter as well. Like, she does this one move where she stomps the ground and like these like sharp sword javelin things come up and out of the ground and they like pierce the enemies, and she looks like she's going to be a lot of fun to play as well. I knew that she would have to be in the game. Heavenly Sword was in my opinion, it was a great PS3 game, and I thought it would have to have a representative. Raiden, I said earlier, I was saying Dante may be the king of like chain combinations. Raiden officially takes that title away from Dante. Raiden's chain combinations are unmatched in this game. He is just the ultimate chain fighter, in your face, keep slashing at you sort of character. I mean, his play style is huge on chain combinations. That's the way to fight. You always have to be in your opponent's face like all the time. And I was saying that like Dante earlier, when he was confirmed that he'd be the king of chain combos. No. Raiden has officially taken that from Dante with ease. He is now the chain combo master of PlayStation All-Stars at the moment. Something that might be also cool to bring up about the Tokyo Game Show while we're talking about Raiden. Again, the voice actor for Cole spoiled that David Hayter was doing voice work for this game. He also talked to Nathan Drake's voice actor as well, Nolan North, in a tweet that everybody seems to forget about ages ago. And since, Konami, yeah, let's say it properly, Konami is a Japanese company as well as Square Enix, it makes me think maybe Snake could possibly be announced. 2 mega all-stars that have some of the biggest history with the PlayStation console, other than Crash and Spyro, who I think also need to be in the game. Maybe for the Tokyo Game Show, you can announce Snake and Cloud, and then for one last big reveal before the game's release, you can announce Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, if Activision will let you license both. If not, then certainly just Crash, because I'm sure if all of us want both, deep down, all of us old school PlayStation fans want both of them, but if we can only have one, then it's got to be Crash. Although, if both Raiden and Snake get in from Konami, which is like a third-party company, even though they're like Sony's Sega in a way. It's like Nintendo, Sega's like third party, but it's like almost considered second party. In a way, it's still third party, so if, Konami's able to get 2 representatives, I don't see why Activision can't give us 2 representatives in Crash and Spyro. So maybe that'll be the Tokyo Game Show reveal. It'll be Cloud and Snake. That'll certainly be something to look forward to in the future. But yeah, awesome that all the leaked characters have been confirmed. The roster's looking great. Just, it needs a few more all-stars. And by that I mean old school characters. We got a lot of new faces of the PlayStation 3 in here, and some old ones. But it needs a little more old school guys. You know, getting Sir Daniel Fortesque in there is a good direction. That is very good. And, you know, Spike, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, that's all good. You know, Parappa and Toro are a little obscure. I forgot to give good props to my man Sly Cooper as well. But, like, you know, you had Crash Bandicoot, you had Spyro, you had Cloud Strife, and you had Snake. Even if it's old Snake, I don't think fans will give a shit. It's still fucking Snake. Now, you know? So, well, if you had, like, those 4 guys, plus whoever you have as unlockable characters, I'm sure there's going to be a good few characters we have to unlock that are going to be secret until you unlock them, or until, like, the whole roster gets leaked by wherever this game comes out first. Yeah. You know, it's just missing a few key PlayStation icons, and if they all make this game, then it will truly be PlayStation All-Stars, and it truly will be a Battle Royale, and it'll be a game that's a must-buy. I think even now it's a must-buy, well, for me anyway, because I'm such a big fan of these sort of games. Like, it was Super Smash Brothers that brought me to the site to start making videos anyway. Now that, you know, Sony has its own equivalent, it's just awesome that they have the balls to try the multi-character fighter. It really is, you know, it's like saying, you know, Nintendo's been doing it for years, why don't we give it a shot? And I think it's going to be a hit. I think this game is going to be fucking awesome. And I cannot wait till November 20th to get my hands on a copy of it. So yeah, next thing to look forward to is September 20th, which is the Tokyo Game Show. I may see it before then. Who knows what kind of sneaky sort of news will pop up in between then and now. We'll see if I make a video in between then or two. You never know with me. I'm so like off and on with these videos, so to speak. So I'll catch y'all later. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Peace.